Hello, grown ass women shit. This is your girl, Dr. Potts, Pasta Mommy, Ned Potts, all y'all home girl coming to you live, but not so live.
Yes.
Sonia and I are doing our favorite shows for you guys. So this week, Sonia has picked a hot one for you all to start your summer off with, okay?
Yes.
So Sonia, tell them why you picked this show.
So the show that I'm picking, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it, is our Grown Azz Dating. Is Your List Working? Yes, that was what my favorite relationship episode that we had, and I feel like it would be a good pick for the to help y'all launch your hot girl summer. So,
Sonia, maybe the lukewarm summer for the old bitches.
Exactly, or lukewarm. However hot your thing is going. So,
right.
But yeah, so for those of you who have not seen that episode, it will definitely be a treat. And for those that it will be a replay, of course, it's still full of tips and will help you start taking a look at what you got going on dating. And I would say also look at applying it to your actual, if you're in a relationship, how can you apply some of what you're looking for in your actual relationship to that, and if you know how your some of your need to haves and some of the things that you can let go. So we have our guest Adaylah Banks, who was on that show, and also T. Jackson. So I thought it was hilarious as I was rewatching the replay, and I thought it was chock full of tips. And we also talked about manifestation, so that's another thing that we had in that particular one. So we cannot wait for you to watch it. We're going to be in the chat, so we will be watching with you. And just keep in mind, of course, all of the dates no longer apply because this was aired back in January of this year. But we're kicking off our summer favorites, so cannot wait. And next week we will see my favorite cocktails for the sexology, and then we cannot wait to see what Pastel has planned for the rest of the month.
Yes.
All right.
Enjoy. We'll see you tonight.
And we'll see you in the chat. So,
see you in the chat.
Yeah, see you in a second. See you in a second because the show is about to start right behind this. So, see you in a moment, and we'll be in the chat.
Fresh out the oven, straight to the bank. Ben's Hager smelling like bank. Seats, somebody died on them. Kitty looking like somebody cried on it. Ooh, what you looking at? What you looking at? Body like cinnamon roll. Icing on the top, if you got it, let's go.
Okay. I was really getting into that. Okay.
I know, right? Yes.
It's just lit. Our music is wonderful.
It's hot. Yes.
We love it.
Yes, we do.
Hello. Welcome
Hey.
another No Bra Wednesday in Grown Ass Women shit. What are we talking about today?
Yes, girl.
Grown Ass Dating is your list working for your
girl.
Working for you, but is that shit working for you?
Working for you or working against your ass?
That's what we talking about.
Is that shit holding you back? Goddamn it! At this point,
I mean, damn.
Like,
I've had the list for 25 years.
Girl,
take that shit, revise.
Right.
Something.
Right. Do something. Something need to change.
Put some onions and mushrooms, and what you got to do with it? You got to switch that shit up.
Girl.
Right. So thank y'all for joining us again. We have some wonderful ladies, and I'm just gonna say,
yes,
you're trying to play me with these motherfucking locks right now. Okay.
Yes.
That's all the bush chicks. Let me get my edges together on here. Forget that.
All y'all Afro hoes.
I'm okay. I'm gonna hold it down for the bush chicks. All right, so with that, I'm gonna pass it on to my girl, Sonia, the sensuous certified sexologist, to tell you all what we got coming up next. So we got some shit coming for y'all.
Yes, we do. Yes, y'all, we always in here cooking up new shit. So when we in this grown ass living room, I am Sonia, the sensuous certified sexologist. And I have dedicated 2022 to play, honey. So I'm about to be flying through this motherfucker by the time we get to December. So I cannot wait. As I'm about to have a time of my life this year. This is a reminder to everybody, we go live on Facebook every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for No Bruh Wednesday, where we let our girls loose and we say it with our breasts. And, because them titties start talking and they drop lots of wisdom. The men know that. They know that. That's why they be seeking the titties. And so we closing them up. So we need to
in the titties. Unleash
the beast. Because clearly they know something we don't know. So, we need to be listening a little more closely. Today, as Pa said, we will be talking about grown ass dating and your list working for you. And next Wednesday, we're going to be talking about the metaverse, y'all. So we're going to have money moves with Paz, and Pastor is going to be talking about that metaverse, honey, and how you better jump on it before that actual bus pass you by. So we're going to be talking about all the shmoney next Wednesday.
We talking about this metaverse shit because I'm interested too. And,
yes,
we got some folks. We're gonna make it plain.
You better figure out what the hell is happening. Just as a reminder, we on the first Wednesday of each month we have Ask Your Daddy, but we let the testicles in the room and they drop the information and they tell us it from the male point of view. So we are listening to the men and letting them expand and inform us. On the second Wednesday of each month, of course, we have Cocktails with a Sexologist, where I gets down and dirty and we tell it like it is. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the fourth Wednesday of each month, we have Money Moves with Paz, where we get our money in order so that we can actually, do what it do for 2022. So yes, we are excited. We have some great guests in the room. I cannot wait for them to introduce themselves. First, we're going to start out with a newbie to our whole grown-ass community, and that's Miss T. Jackson. T, if you could introduce yourself, tell us about who you are, girl, and what you got going on.
Okay, thank you for having me. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. My name is T. Jackson. I am the lead photographer of On3 Photography. We do family photography. We are currently specializing in boudoir photography, which is intimate or sexy pictures, whatever you want to call it. Right now. Yep, and we get grown and sexy on our photo shoots as well. So in the next couple of weeks, on February 5th and 6th, I'm actually running a mini boudoir special. You guys can message me, chat with me, or, connect with me for more information on that. So it's a mini boudoir special on February 5th and 6th, where we meet at a hotel and we get down and dirty for a little bit and get some sexy pictures going on. So
I know that's right.
On to the holiday.
I know that's right. Yes. Yes. And T, I know you have boudoir photos, but also are they still able to do the blind date boudoir photos?
So the blind date, if you want to talk about that now, we can talk about it later. I am doing the blind date boudoir shoot, and that is where I pair you up with somebody that you do not know, and we take them sexy pictures together. So you was letting a stranger all up in your space, in your face, and we get nice sexy pictures. And I'm telling you, it's fun. It is so much fun.
Awesome.
About that a little later. Remind us to again.
Remind us. Yes. And then then we also have my girl, Miss Adaylah Banks, who has been with us since day one. Okay, she's been here since the beginning, and to join in this dating conversation. I cannot wait. So Adaylah, introduce yourself, ma'am.
Hunty, hey y'all, hey, I'm Adaylah Banks. Hey y'all, I am excited to be here tonight. This is gonna be juicy. I can't wait. So yes, I'm Adaylah Banks. I am the CEO of Comedy Supreme. And
I know that's right.
And Fairy Talez Interrupted. I got all kinds of hats, y'all. I'm just wearing them. Put this on your calendar. February the 13th, Comedy Supreme will be doing our annual charity event called My Funny Valentine, featuring our headliner that day is going to be Jason Weems out of Baltimore. This dude is fire. I'm telling you, gotta come out and see him. It's going to be at the DC Comedy Loft in DC.
All right.
So that's what's coming up right now. And Fairy Talez Interrupted, we start our second season next Tuesday. Woo woo! Can't wait. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And the rest of the stuff, just follow me. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram at Adaylah. And,
all right.
You can stay up on what we're doing.
All right.
Yeah, and I posted the ladies' information in the chat so you can check them out and find out more of what they have going on.
Well, let's get this shit started.
Girl, let's get this shit on and popping. Yeah.
So earlier this week, I posted a poll.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are your non-negotiables in dating? First of all, do you all have a list?
Of course. Of course. Well, here without no list.
Okay.
No list. No. Well, okay. So you don't have a list written down, but you don't have any criteria like in your head, like I need to at least see this.
I did not have a list.
Oh, okay.
I did not have a list.
Wow.
Okay.
No.
All right. So just open to any and everything. Is that what?
I don't think so. I don't have a list per se, right? But if someone crazy presented themselves, usually sometimes you can tell crazy right away, and you're just like, no, I'm good by myself. Thank you for asking. Or right, someone who's interesting comes your way, and I'm like, oh, okay, this person seems like an interesting person. So I feel like, and this just seems to be the case with me, people just find me. I usually have not had to actively seek out dating someone. I think I have a sign on my head that's like, hey, and people just find me, and here we are.
Got it. Okay.
So everybody gets a chance with T. No matter
not everybody. Like you can't.
Okay, well you said you had no motherfucking list.
I didn't. I did not have a list, but I don't think that everybody, like you couldn't, maybe not a list how I'm thinking, how other people think of it, right? Because to me, there's got to be some initial attraction. So I feel like you can't look like a monster. I'm not looking for you to be 6 feet tall. I'm not looking for you to be it doesn't matter, but yeah.
Okay. We're gonna talk about that a little bit and see whether there might be an invisible list like in the back in the recesses. But we'll talk about that and see.
Okay.
Let's see. Yes.
Now,
I do hear where you're coming from. Go ahead, Adaylah.
Okay, so my list is interesting. My list goes the other way. Like what I'm not going to tolerate. Like if you smoke, don't even breathe my way. Like smoke cigarettes.
Okay, cigarettes.
Cigarettes, like cigarettes. Yeah, that's on the list of don't even do it. Don't even try it.
Don't look at me. I said, don't look at me.
Don't even look at me. Just don't even look my way. So it could be a list of what you won't tolerate also. Like those are things that you can also consider when you think about your list.
Right.
Your list of don'ts.
Okay.
What I'm not going to put up with.
Yeah. I think when we think about lists, sometimes we think of this is what I want. And maybe mine more or less was like Adaylah was saying, it's like, okay, I know I don't want, somebody who does this or somebody who does that, but I didn't necessarily have a list of you have to meet this criteria.
Got it.
I didn't have
Got it.
I have that.
You got a long list over there, don't you?
Yeah, because it's not that it's a long list, but it's also the dues. Like I want somebody who has their stuff together. Like I don't want, at the age I am right now, I don't want somebody who's trying to find themselves. Okay, well I'm sorry. Go ahead and keep looking. If you are not established, I'm just not your person. I'm not your person. I'm not saying that you're not a good person, but I'm not your person.
Right. Build a beds for kids. I always say that. Build a beds for kids. I ain't
You're not trying to build a bed. You're not trying to build a bed, huh?
Ain't nobody building the beds no more.
You're not building beds.
No, not at this.
You used to build a bed back in your 20s when you're like, you're like, yeah.
I done built a couple of bears. I done built a couple of bears, and now they're Care Bears. Them Negroes are Care Bears now.
You didn't
what's your Care Bear energy?
Not Care Bear, not that Care Bears.
The Care Bear energy.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Well, in the poll, a lot of people chose you have to be sexually compatible.
Oh,
The
girl. Okay, that's another thing on my list. You got to be able to give me some orgasms. Period. Like, period. Like, if you can't do it, if we don't have that chemistry, if you get in yours and I'm still like, just hand me the toy. I ain't got time. Nope. No.
So in other words, y'all can be good friends, but you can't be. It won't be going that. No, it can't be nothing serious.
And you got to have a certain if you ain't this and that, you can't get on this ride.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Some. So it's some LinkedIn girth criteria there. Is that what you were saying with the?
If it ain't, you can't get on this ride. You got to be this tall. You got to have this width and this length to get on this ride.
Wait a minute. Okay, so when having that criteria, how do you check that out first to make sure
that's the thing? That's the thing. You know, I would love to be bold enough to say I need your profile picture. That your profile, but that's not really appropriate. But I wish that even though a few have actually just sent it unsolicited, and I totally appreciated that. Even I'm like, I can't believe he did that. Yes, I'm okay with that. Because now I don't have to waste my time or your time, because you gotta, in order to stay on this ride. I'm just saying, this is grown ass woman shit, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, this is grown. We talking about grown shit, and so yes, you might have that requirements.
That's just my personal thing. Like, I know not everybody feels that, but I want to feel it.
Giving her stuff.
She can feel. Yes. Yes.
So speaking of sex, okay, what if this person met everything else on your list and the sex was the only thing falling short? That's a double entendre.
Not for me, but
that would be a no.
That would be that's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
And
Possum, actually, we had started this conversation the other day, so that's how we even got to that question. And I was like, and this is going to sound strange coming from the sexologist, because I do have some serious, I like to swing from the chandelier, so we like to get it in. And I would say, I don't know. Certainly 20-year-old Sonia would have been like, hell no, and 30-year-old Sonia probably, 20 was a little confused, but 30 and 40 certainly probably would be like, hell no. But I think at this point, as much as yes, I do want that. We might have to negotiate some shit and come up with some other plans on how. Right, look at Adaylah's face. She like, you better not say that she's going. You better not say
she lied. Everything she said, she lied like I don't know what.
No, but I'm really looking at, like she said, if he checks every other fucking box. Because if it's like, I feel so fucking connected to you and in love with you that you are like, I'm clear, my soulmate. Like, I love this thing. I might have to be like, okay, so where's the toy? I may have to use the toy. Because because for me, yes, sex is a requirement, or it's important. However, intimacy is way more important to me. If I can connect with you and such that I sense your presence, or I'm clear about what you're thinking from down the street, or you light me up, I might have to be like, I know how to take care of that part for myself.
Been there, done that. Nope. I'm telling you, that shit get old real quick. Let that nigga do something stupid and you be like, I'm sorry. I mean, but that's you. And hey,
no, that's your deal breaker. And it's okay.
Yeah. Because I feel like, I don't know how long these juices going to be flowing. I ain't got time to I want to use it all up.
Yeah. And we might have to negotiate some stuff.
You want to drive the wheel?
I want to use it all. It's like, I just don't know how long I got.
we might have to negotiate something. It might be that I need to have that on the side. I don't know.
Well,
it might be look.
But see, that's.
I mean, we might have to come up with a plan. But if I'm like feeling you in every other fucking way, I don't know that I'd be like, what I would have to explore that. What else can we do so I can make sure I'm sexually satisfied too?
And see, Sonya know how to do energetic orgasm and all that stuff. So there are options.
I don't want no energetic orgasm.
Oh no, don't. But wait, no.
I don't. I said
okay, okay, yeah, but don't unless you've had an energetic orgasm and you know how that fucking feels.
You said don't knock it.
Don't knock it. Yeah, girl.
I'm not knocking it.
Yeah.
You just say it's not for her. It's not.
Just not. I want something else knocking. Not it.
She's serious about that shit. What about you, T? What you got on this action? You have any requirements in that area?
I don't have any requirements, and I think I'm with you in the fact that I feel like if this, because I think what I've learned late in the game, right, is that just one person sometimes is not everything. I got to have a friend who is a girlfriend who's my cheerleader, maybe a girlfriend who likes to do these things and a girlfriend likes to do these things. So I'm realizing, of course, late in the game that he's not going to be everything that I want him to be. But if we are connecting on 9 out of 10 things on my list and there's only one that he's missing.
So now you have a list.
No, this is an imaginary list.
Right. She's saying if there was a list, right?
Okay. Yeah. And if he's checking all the boxes and there's only one box that he didn't check, I certainly would try my hardest to see if there wasn't a workaround of some sort that we couldn't try to figure out. Because I can't imagine, because look, it's slim pickings. I can't imagine checking all
my boxes. And I know, yeah.
She said it's slim pickings.
I do. I do think it's slim pickings. And I think that we all want to find someone who meets, all these things for us, right? But I do think that realistically, we might not find somebody who meets everything that we want. But if they can get it up there in a high percentage, I'm certainly going to try a little bit harder, even in some of the areas where I think that he may fall short. I think I'm going to, if I'm thinking that this is my soulmate and we have that much of a connection, I'm certainly going to try to make that work.
I think over the years, which many people may agree, my list has clearly evolved, because in my 20s, I wanted somebody shaped like a basketball player, and now they could be shaped like a basketball. Hey, I rub basketball. It's all good.
Yeah.
It has to be a certain height because I'm a tall woman. So I've dated 6'9", 6'11", even up to now I've dated very tall men, but I'll open that up, because certain things are superficial. Certain things are superficial. It's more about how you treat me. I do agree with Adaylah. Sex is important to me.
It's important.
I don't think I know at this point in my life, not talking about tomorrow, but today, right in this moment, I can't be in a sexless relationship.
Right.
Or just getting whack sex, That's not gonna. I'm gonna. That's gonna force me to seek that out elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I like the connection of sex. So it's not about me handling myself and all. I like the connection of sex. I like the heaviness of it. So we ain't gonna go too much into it, but you guys get it.
Yeah.
So I'm with you.
Yeah, my list has definitely evolved. The things that are definitely on my list that weren't on my list years ago in my 20s were things like honesty and integrity.
Yeah.
Those type of things. So I want to read a couple of comments in the chat. Someone said, as a young woman, I had a deal breaker list. I would not date men with children or sisters. Interesting.
With sisters. Oh wow.
Well,
no sisters.
Could
they could be haters.
Right.
They must have had PTSD.
Right, exactly. Had some sisters from hell.
Right. Somebody said integrity is a must.
Somebody
said they can be fluffy. I know that's right, fluffy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said, what happens if he rocks your world, but you don't rock yours?
Well, the probably is you don't rock his.
Maybe you don't rock his. I think that's what they meant. Should he dump you asking for a friend?
I would hope that if somebody was rocking my world and I wasn't rocking his, I certainly would hope that he would speak up, right? Because everybody does not come to the table with experience. And so I feel like if you're supposed to be my partner, I feel like it's only fair that you tell me these things, right? Because I'm certainly going to tell you where you've fallen short. And I think you should tell me. And that might be something that I could, watch on TV or, get some books, get a sex
talk to Sonia and get coaching from Sonia. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's a lot of things that you could do to improve that situation. So I certainly would hope somebody would be forthcoming with me if I was falling short. Oh, my lights.
Some lights. We having some light challenges. And certainly he said not even so much should he tell you as opposed to should he dump you. And I think that might feel, I know that would to me have me feel very self-conscious if some dude is just like, you know what, you ain't doing it for me. That's not going to do it for me, because it's like, if you're not feeling me like that, then what are we doing here? So to me, I don't think, even if he was rocking mine, I would be like, no, it doesn't feel comfortable for me to not have you be experiencing me in the same way. So, I would wonder. I would be like, you need to dump me. I want to dump him. Like, I don't think that this is gonna work.
I think to pause on point or from one of the comments, I definitely changed over the years. Now I don't want to date people with small children. Like I'm too old for that. Nope. That's the first thing I ask. Do you have children? Yep. Like, I need to know. Like, and are they grown? If you have little kids, we're not. Nope. The other thing is, these men have some Care Bear bellies that I never thought I would consider. And I'm like, okay, belly.
Listen.
Okay.
Look.
Well,
I didn't
okay,
have
belly.
before. But look, should me and my sweetie break up, I promise you I would date a bigger guy, because they don't stress you about eating whatever the F you want to eat, right? Like, if I want a cookie, give me my cookie and stop
that ain't true.
Games. Like, come on. Like, I would rather have somebody who is not like, what you eating? Mind your business. Mind your business. So I definitely would date somebody who was not pressed about me eating cookies.
But you better watch out with that.
They may not be pressed about themselves, but they may be pressed about you.
Yeah, you're right, because they can still be pressed.
Girl, those are the ones.
Right.
They have some nerve.
Excuse me, who your family?
You all ho, and you talking about,
Right.
and you got the nerve. You talking about, girl, I think you packing on a few pounds.
Yeah, you got a whole full-term belly. A whole full-term belly going on.
Sure,
and the only reason why nobody's asking you, because they know naturally you can't give birth.
Right.
They know it. And then you gonna come for me because of my little pouch. Did you go there, sir? Oh yeah, honey. So don't. They got a nerve to be bougie.
Yeah.
With the belly. Bougie with the belly. That's a word right there. Bougie with the belly.
Right.
Dudes be bougie with a belly. They do.
Yeah.
They want somebody to look like whatever, but you can just show up looking like SpongeBob, as my friend would say.
Yeah.
So what? Go ahead, Sonia.
I'm gonna say, and I have seen that it's changed. I mean, but to me, that's because my tastes have changed. Because now you can be boyishly cute, and I'm like, oh, look at you. I'm no longer attracted to look cute. Look. I'm like, I remember when I used to be attracted to that. Be with your family in the park, you're like, oh, look at the little boy over there, and the other little. Now, if you ain't looking like a zaddy, I'm like, I need to see some gray. I need to see some maturity and some sexiness in that maturity. Yep. If I'm not seeing that, I'm starting to my tastes have changed in the sense that now I'm like, okay, I'm like, how you look, daddy. So,
I like teeth too.
Yeah, teeth.
Yeah. I've always liked teeth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make a list.
If your frontals are gone.
Yeah, that's right.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
That would be a no immediately. Like, what is going on right here?
Yep. My
Well,
new.
you know what?
Not the front.
Let me go back. Let me go back.
Okay.
I'm lying. I just lied. So this is one of those cases where everything was. This man was gorgeous.
Everything else is popping.
Fine. And he had an accident where his teeth got chipped in the front.
Okay.
And I was like, you just keep smiling like silly, boo. We good.
Because that's the thing. Some things that will turn you off in general will have you actually feeling more endearing towards the person, or even being like, there are things that you let some people get away with because you really, really like them. Whereas if it's on somebody that you don't particularly care for, you like, it's a problem. Yeah. So I mean, to me, you let me feel connected to you, and a lot of your shit will pass. Not you being, an asshole and not being in integrity and that sort of thing, but certainly it will have a lot of other stuff not look so problematic because I like you so much.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I just sat up here and talk. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, babe.
I just sat up here and talked all this crap, and I know how the universe works. I'm gonna end up with somebody with no teeth. He gonna be a smoker. This Negro gonna just be all jacked up. I'm like, but I love him though. I love him.
Children.
He gonna have babies, like 3-year-old, 2. He gonna have twins.
And you think he's gonna be right there talking about
yeah, because that's the bullshit. That's how
you're gonna be babysitting.
That's why I gotta be careful not to have so much a strong conviction about it. But it's like, so I'm just gonna say those are my desires.
Okay, yeah, because the universe.
Those are my desires because God.
The universe will answer.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
You around.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I just don't need that work. I don't need that work. God be like, you gonna eat that up. You gonna eat it up. And you gonna deal with it.
We're gonna teach you a life lesson.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you ain't gonna have no more orgasms for the rest of your days.
Right. That's why it is so important to focus on what you do want versus what you don't want.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna manifest exactly what you don't want.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that part.
Yeah. Well, even talking about that, because Pastor and I were talking about how to talk about manifestation and even weave that into this conversation, because so often we don't get that whatever you have energy around, you are tying to you. So when we are trying to say, I do not want, and you have a very strong energy about it, guess what? You are in relationship with that thing. And you are
knocking at the door.
And your energy of awareness is causing it to grow bigger. So things that you do not want to expand, you should not be giving your attention to. We get to be giving attention to the things that you actually want and that you want to see actually grow in your life.
Right there.
Ooh, and grow in my life. Say that again. What I want to see grow in my life.
Right. So we know what you.
I know what I want.
Yeah, we know what you're gonna be focusing on.
Exactly.
See over there writing that down. So I just dropped the word.
I'm ready to light a candle to it.
Yeah, well, because manifestation is so very important, and we were talking about it because I manifest actually very easily when I am intentional about it, and when I know when I'm actually saying, oh, duh, why am I sitting up here suffering when I could actually be just focused and get clear about what I want. One of the things the ways that you can manifest is called scripting, and Adaylah and I've talked a lot about that. But when you write out something, that's why writing out your goals actually can have them happen, because you're writing them out. And so it's almost like you are using a form of manifestation called scripting.
Right. They talk about it in the Bible for all the Christians out there.
Write it down and make it plain.
Make it plain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And though you have to write it down, make it plain, and then release it, because as long as you are attached, it's going to be very challenging for you to create it. Yeah, so you have to be able to let go. I actually was given 2 cards, and in both instances, I had a conversation with God, and I was like, God, this is what I want, and I was told that it was coming, and it came. And somebody gave me a free card. But in addition, when I was married, I wrote down that I wanted a car and put it next to in my altar. And that's how I know my husband just bought a car, because he was like, I thought you needed it, and it was in the yard. So it's just, but I let it go. I wrote it down, and then I forgot about it. And then all of a sudden, boom, here's this car. So
what you about to write sometime?
And can I draw it too?
And you can draw it. I was just telling Pops one of the very first really cushy jobs that I had after college was I was having a hard time finding a job, so I actually drew a picture of me walking to the elevator saying that this is me at my job and I'm making more money than I ever imagined and I'm learning a lot. And I was offered more money than I thought I could actually get. So
I have a question about the so you said that the last part of that whole write the vision down and make it plain is to let it go. So I don't understand how that relates to if I have, for example, let's say I have a vision board and I have my goals that I want to achieve for 2022. So how am I writing that down? But how am I letting that go? I don't get that part.
So the letting it go is being able to release, first of all, how it comes to you.
Right.
So a lot of times we have some control issues,
Okay.
and you're trying to control how it's happening. So you get to allow it. You have to move into a state of allowing, where you allow it to come, however spirit would have it come to you.
Exactly.
And it may not look how you have it on the vision board. So you also get to release it because it may be that it doesn't. Yeah, it may not look exactly like that. And another thing with the allowing is, or the letting it go is when you are holding something so strongly as I have to have that, you are manifesting an energy of want. And as long as you are in a wanting energy, you're going to keep manifesting that whatever it is, you're going to have to want it. It won't be a having energy. There's a difference between a having energy where you are like, almost like you almost like something you're already grateful for, versus when you're in want, it's like being in lack.
You become the vision, meaning you imagine yourself already having it, experiencing it. So it's an experience.
Yeah,
it's an experiential process. So I think you're going to. It's a
little deep. I know we're going to look deep, and we'll talk more about that, and we'll do a show on manifestation, or maybe even a workshop. But yeah.
I would love to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So do you all let people let folks that you're interested in, do you let them know your non-negotiables up front, or do you wait to see if it'll happen? It'll happen.
For me, some of it is up front. Like, I want a person who doesn't smoke cigarettes. That's up front. Like, but the other part, like I said, you can't just ask for a picture or ask, can you feel it, or
what's your measurement?
Look at it.
Right.
Even though that's a requirement, oops, sorry. It's like, you got to wait on it. Yeah. You got to wait on it. I'm like, dang it. So you got to build relationship.
So if you're in a relationship with somebody and they bump up against one of your non-negotiables, is there room to remedy that?
I can give you a perfect example of that. So one guy, I put out there very clearly that no smoking, and back to that. And he said that he didn't smoke. And then months into us dating, he tells me, oh yeah, I smoke. What? Like I didn't smell the smoke. I mean, he was very good at covering it up. And then, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is not going to work. Like, that is just, first of all, then you lied.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So you lied, you kept that from me, and then you allowed me to get into this, whatever it is we had, and then you put it out there. Now I'm like, oh, so I have a decision to make.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's like there will never be a real relationship.
So was it done after that?
It wasn't done after that, but I was detaching.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
It's done. It's done on a certain level. Like the way I was feeling about you, that is.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Yeah. We might hang out for a little while. Like,
but because it's like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like really? That's not fair.
Right.
And you lied.
Yeah.
So I have a question about these boudoir photos.
Yes.
Before I do that, let me reset the room. Welcome everyone to Grown Ass Women Shit. We're talking about grown ass dating. How is your list working for you? Has it evolved? Has it been revised? Have you done something different with it as you've grown into your grown ass? So that's what we're talking about. Welcome to the show. We have T in the house of On 3 Photography, and we have comedian extraordinaire Adaylah Banks of Get Your Life, Girl.
Girl, get your life.
Girl, get your life. Yes.
Girl, get your life.
Girl, get your life. So, and what's the other thing? Comedy
Supreme.
Comedy Supreme. Thank you. So we'll move on with we'll continue with the show. These boudoir photos.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just curious, how do you connect the people? I mean, is there a list, or you just put anybody together?
And actually, before you say that, Pastor, I'm sorry. I wanted to reframe that just in case anybody didn't hear about it. So tell us what the boudoir photos are about first, and then answer that question. So what is the photography shoot? Because some people don't know what it is that you're doing.
Gotcha. So a boudoir photo shoot is one where people are posed in suggestive poses. They're like intimate images, right? So usually it's women. I shot one guy to date, and that shoot was amazing. I actually have posted that picture today. So it's usually women, and they are in nightgowns or sexy pajamas or lingerie, or they might not have any clothes on, whatever. I'm with it, right? So they come and we just take really sexy pictures. We put them in playful poses, suggestive poses again. And the people have done it with by themselves. They've done it with their spouses. And what you guys were talking about earlier is something that I'm doing. It's called a blind date boudoir shoot. So not only is it a boudoir shoot where we're taking sexy pictures, we're taking sexy pictures with a stranger, which is wild, actually. If I'm just going to
It's wild.
It's wild. It is. So what I did was I'm in one of these Facebook groups, and I was just like, yo, what would happen if I did this? And I just wanted to see, like, these people ain't that crazy. And they're crazy. And so I just matched up people. There was no criteria. There was no list. I just was like, so it was a whole, let's say if there were 40 people who responded, right? I would look at the guys and I'd be like, oh, he's nice looking. Who would be cute in a picture with this guy? That was it. And I literally went to the women and was like, her. And that's how it went. Like I did that.
Wow.
Either 3 or 4 times the last time. And it was really successful. It was so successful. I got scared because I was like, you can't even reproduce that. Like, that's not going to happen again.
Right.
So we'll see. Like I've got another blind date boudoir shoot coming up in February. And so we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Yeah. And I saw some of the pictures. The interesting thing is looking at the pictures, you would think that they were couples.
You would
like the intimacy in the thing, it looked like, they've been together for a while based on how they are all posed up and laying on each other and really looking like they're in a relationship.
It was really wild. Like the one couple, they looked like a couple. And the guy, I have to say, from the door, I think he was smitten with her. Like when she came in, he looked at me and I was just like, right? Like, good, right? And he was just like, right? So that was the one couple. And then then I did a younger couple. And he was so like, I say younger, he was probably maybe in his early 30s. And I'm not. And so when he was just so, I don't know, he was so kind of like arrogant as I'm chatting with him, like on Facebook and text messaging, just about the whole thing. Like he had a really like aloof type of attitude. He was actually irking, right? Like he was really getting on my nerves, and I couldn't wait for his to be over so I could do somebody else. And so the young lady came up first, and then he texted me with some nonsense, and I was like, dude, just if you come in, like just come. He got up to the room and saw her. His whole demeanor changed. So when it was time for them to put on their clothes or whatever, she went into the bathroom to get dressed. He came out his clothes so fast. I was like, okay. And like he was ready. Like it was hilarious. His whole attitude changed because he was feeling her a lot, and you could tell. And so the pictures just turned out really nice.
That sounds like fun.
Does it lead to connections or just for that moment?
One of the couples, let's see. One of the couples, they went out right after the shoot. Like they went downstairs to the bar. No, they left. They left and went to dinner that night, the one couple. And then they met up a couple of times after the shoot. to go on dates or whatever. But then I think they realized like, oh, maybe not. And then that was that. But they did go out on dates after the shoot. The other couple, they exchanged numbers and they texted a bit, but they didn't go out because she realized how much younger he was. I had no idea because she looked very young. I thought she was in her early 30s as well. And she came up in that joint looking like a teenager. And so when he let it fly how old he was, she shut it down. I was like, oh no, she was not interested.
You're like, honey, no.
Like,
no.
I was so excited. He was feeling her and she was not. So I messaged her later on, like, hey, like, did y'all, catch up? And she was like, I mean, he tried it, but I was like, you didn't give him a shot. She was like, no.
And I think the interesting thing about that is that being able to like almost get outside of your list and just try on somebody just to see, and then see that maybe there might be some attraction there that you didn't think you would have. Because I think you said one of the couples that she was like, that's not somebody I would have even noticed. I wouldn't have noticed him.
Yes, that definitely one of the women said that one of the guys she would not have taken a second look at had she not gotten to know him. And like once she got to know him, once I got to know him, I was like, oh, but so if y'all don't work out, you could just, he was so engaging and just, he was really into her. And to me, it was very clear. But she was like, oh, I probably wouldn't have noticed him had we been at a party unless he had approached her and started talking. So I thought that was really cute that, that she put that out there.
Yeah. I think that to me, that's one of the unfortunate things about like, maybe not like when we were young, you meet people that you wouldn't necessarily meet because you're hanging out with your friends and it's more like a little group social thing. And so you're getting to know this person without actually having to go out on a date with them. And now you find out, oh, I really do like Billy, but you probably wouldn't have paid attention to Billy if it wasn't for hanging around him. And we don't really, I guess being older, I don't feel like I'm in those type of social situations anymore.
You're not
in that way.
Not unless somebody is like forcing you, to do something, or you have agreed to come to some, party of some sort. But no, you're right. As you get older, your circle gets smaller, and then you probably don't go out as much as you did when you were younger. So you don't.
Or not. Or not.
Adaylah, she always out in the streets.
So. Or not.
Or not. I stand corrected. Or not. Some of us, I know I
right.
As much as I used to, but
I do not. I am straight in.
I do.
Yeah, this one was always going. So
say COVID who?
Right.
Now COVID got me a little shut down some, but trust me, as soon as it is safe,
right.
No grass growing over here.
Right, yeah. They going somewhere every couple of times a week.
Adaylah, you trying to sign up for my shoot?
Girl.
Come on with it. Come on. I need
and it's funny because I can see her in a shoot with somebody like that.
I be like,
right. Listen, I can use all that energy, and we have.
Right.
I be like, I'm like, what you doing?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
I think I have 3 or 4 slots left. Azalea, we'll talk. I got 3 or 4 slots left for the 5th and the 6th. So we'll check.
Yeah, from what we talked about, I was like, that just sounds like fun. But I think that to me, what intrigued me too is the idea of, because often that, you even if you're open, you often have your guard up. And so being able to have it kind of like the ice getting broken a little bit so that you're connected to a person. Because what gets me is, I'm telling you, get beyond that and really have me feel at ease and like, oh my God, like I feel connected to you. Oh yeah. You need my number? Here, put you write this down. Write this down. 202. No.
I was all like, wait, what? What are we doing? Are we right? No, I think that I think fortunately for the first go round, the guys really did feel a connection with the women. So it did put the women at ease, because a lot of people in general, not just women, people in general are self-conscious, right? When we have fewer clothes on. But these men were genuinely interested in being there and genuinely interested in making the woman feel comfortable. That was something that I stressed with the guys ahead of time. I said, listen, I said, you're up here with this woman. I was like, if she say no or hey or stop, like, look, don't make me look. It's two of us. Don't. We're not gonna do this, right? And so nobody even tried to cross that line. I think once a guy got his hand too low, she was like, hey, and we all jumped, right? Because we was like, nobody. It was all about, we made the women feel comfortable, and I always explain to the women, if you feel uncomfortable and you don't want to speak up, you and I can discuss, whatever type of safe word, safe face, gesture, whatever it is that you need to feel comfortable. We're going to talk about this ahead of time because we're here to have fun. Like, this is not some, whatever. We're here to have fun.
Right.
We all had a whole bunch of fun.
Got it.
Awesome. So let's go back to the list.
Yeah.
How much of your list do you reveal to a potential partner early on?
I don't think I really come out. I don't come out. I just fill you out. I don't come out with, this is the list. Let me see. You don't have, okay, no. I'm not seeing where I'm just, to me, feeling what I'm feeling and what I'm getting from you, because I might start crossing shit off the list. Like, okay, no, that's okay based on what I'm getting from you. So I'm clear that I don't want to like shut it down when I might actually wind up liking you and be able to go past this list. I like being genuine, a little bit like some openness there.
Yeah.
But when in online dating, aren't you revealing some of your list? I know.
Oh yeah, I guess. Well, you know what? No, because I don't do no. My profile my profile is scanned. It's like
really.
I told you I needed help with my profile because I'm like, my profile is pitiful. I'm like, if you don't have this, you told me how you're very clear about what you say in do not talk to me if you are not coming like this. Mine is like, oh, if you know how to make me laugh, you can really I'm all like, you can get it right, exactly. So I'm not usually doing all that.
I think my list is, so your question is, do I discuss my list with the potential person, basically, right? So on the online dating site, I do mention certain things, like some of those high level things. But then I wait until I talk to them or engage with them, and it happens more organically. And I'm just like, okay, check. Right. Oh, okay, check. It's more organic. It's not like I'm asking anything, but I am checking my list. Right.
In my online dating profiles, certain things that were non-negotiables, I definitely put in there.
Right.
I was not looking for men who were looking for women to have children. If you didn't have, I prefer men with children. That's me, because I have children. Now, how old, that's a different story. But just for the fact that I'm involved with my children, so I don't want anyone getting, jealous, potentially jealous or whatever. I wanted someone who had children, not too young, but of course, older, because my children are older and more self-sufficient. And, certain things, like I'm sure you had no smokers in your profile.
Exactly. It's right there.
I didn't say no smokers, but when I'm looking at your profile, when I decide whether to match with you, if you smoking, I'm like swiping left. So in a way, I'm just choosing not to engage with you if you are showing anything that I don't particularly care for. I'm not necessarily saying in my thing no smokers. I'm just swiping whatever side you swipe to say no.
On the ones I'm on, you have that option, and they're not supposed to pop up. And when they do pop up, that means they're not smokers. Because I put that as a criteria.
As a criteria, yeah. I also have,
the children, like I don't mind if they have adult children or even older teenagers. But if you have someone that, now you're co-parenting and you getting your kid on Thursday through Tuesday, no, I don't want to date you at all. I just don't. Period. I don't want that in my life. And that's not negotiable. I just don't want that. You know, little kids, I'm not knocking them. I mean, I had a kid. Even when I was raising my son, I still didn't want anybody with kids. That's horrible, but that was my truth. The nerve. Right. I'm like, the nerve. But, you know, that was just a criteria that I had. And you know, co-parenting and raising kids, I think you should be with somebody who's into that. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
So
how do you figure out if you're meeting your potential partner's list?
Well, one guy, like, he said, "Oh, check." I'm like, "What?" I mean, he said out loud, "Oh, my, check." Like, he told me, like, you're just checking off everything, which happened to be the same guy that was a smoker.
Right.
Really?
Lying ass.
Right. How you gonna be checking off your list for me, but I can't even check off my list for you because you're not even being open and honest about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
And the other thing that I have is no serial daters. Like, if you like are forever trying to be on a dating site, just keep on swiping. Don't even talk to me. If that's your thing, rock on. I don't want no part of that either. Right. Because I'm seeing that that's a thing.
Yeah, there are people that just hang out. They just on the site constantly looking.
Just that's what they do. Yeah, it's like an addiction.
Right. Yeah, because you get a chance to watch women and be like, "Okay, what's up, kid?" And this is just like instant access to flirt with women all fucking day long if you wanted to.
Yeah. One guy was so addicted. I'm about to go there. I'm about to be very transparent. This Care Bear, he was like in the bed on swiping. And
not in the bed with you. Oh, you wrong. Oh, he wrong for that.
He did.
And I looked up. I'm like, that's.
He's not in the bed.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, that's some bullshit. Like, this is not Facebook. He's doing you looking at it like it's Facebook. Like, you know.
Yeah,
like you liking photos. Like, you're not on Instagram, nigga. You're in a dating site.
You're on a dating site. I know that site. We met there.
Wow.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, and just cereal. You can't even contain yourself. I was leaving.
You couldn't wait.
You couldn't wait. Oh, stupid ass. Damn it. Damn it. Now he's off the list.
Right. There you go. X cross.
All right. Well, it's 8:55. Y'all, any final comments from our panelists?
This went kind of fast.
I know it did go back fast.
Yeah. I'm sitting here reevaluating. I'm like, in the future, I need a list.
You're like, why do I not have a list that I'm working up against?
I would, though. In the future, I think if for some reason, you know, my sweet and I didn't work out, I think I would want to be way more upfront with some things that that I care more deeply about, right? I think that sometimes sometimes you initially might think that some things aren't as important, but then as you kind of get in the mix of things, you're like, you know what, that's more important than I actually, you know, gave credit to. So I think I will be way more upfront with some things that are important to me.
Got it.
Adaylah,
all right.
Any final thoughts?
You want to get on this ride? I'm just saying. That's my list, and that's good, right, Sonia? Because it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Because you were saying, don't talk about what you don't want. Talk about what you do want.
Talk about what you do want. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's just
She invite girth and
yes, girl. You gotta meditate on it. You gotta meditate and focus
and write it down, draw pictures and all of that.
And
draw pictures. No, really, and really draw pictures. Be with it, and appreciate it. Like, you really just let yourself feel it, and then and be like, it's coming. I love it.
Right. I love it.
Yes.
Please have me back when y'all talk about manifestation. I need to get some more of that.
Yes, we will let you know. Yeah, we'll let you know. Yep. Yeah. And also to everybody, I am a spiritual teacher, and besides being a sexologist, you guys do know that I'm a spiritual coach and teacher. And so you can also have appointments with me to talk about that as well. So hit me up, because that's one of my specialties, helping you get your get connected to what it is that you want to create. So so now with respect to my list, I think that I'm going to take a page out of my own book, as I said earlier, to focus more on what I want and less on what I don't want, because it's so easy to go down that rabbit hole and be complaining about a whole bunch of shit. And I'm like, and we don't realize how much when you complain that you're creating more of that from that person. So I also am not interested in seeing more of that. So how about I start looking at the stuff that I do appreciate so that I can get more of that.
Yes.
So yeah. So
go ahead, teacher.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited about manifesting more of what I want in 2022.
All right, Sonia. Well, tell me what we got coming up so we close this thing out.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm sorry. Let me get to my. Lord, I was not ready.
Well, I'll tell y'all what we got. Next week, we have Money Moves with me.
Yes.
We're talking about the metaverse.
The metaverse.
What are the investment opportunities? What the fuck is it? What is the metaverse?
Right.
I mean, that shit is like way out there. I swear, I've been reading, I've been Googling, I've been watching YouTube, I've been on Clubhouse, just trying to figure this shit out, because it is definitely coming, and I think we have an opportunity. So that's what we're gonna talk about, the whole metaverse. We are not too grown to learn about the goddamn metaverse.
Yeah, we're not too old.
We are on Meta right now. Facebook renamed it Stop Meta. So please join next week. Like I said, I don't know much about it, but the people we invited, they do. So we're gonna be talking about that shit. Y'all better come on and catch up before you get left behind. Don't get left behind.
Yes. And as a reminder, we go live on Facebook every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, for No Brow Wednesday, where we let our girls loose and we say it with our breasts, because we find that we have a very powerful conversation that is spirit driven, and we like to make sure that we have our listening caps on and we are listening to what we're getting from the conversation. So I'm always excited to have a powerful conversation in our living room. You want to make sure you do not miss us whenever we go live. Check out our link tree. We have all the links there, and we let you know when we go live so that you can come directly to the show. You don't have to be fighting with Facebook trying to figure out how to get here and how to see it. And so check out our link tree, and also our guests are on our link tree as well, so you can check out their links there too. All right. So with that said, thank you, ladies. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
You're welcome. Thank you, Boo. Yes.
I want to check my list.
Yeah. Update your list and check it twice. Hello. All right. So y'all have a good night.
Fresh out the oven, straight to the bank. Ben's Hager smelling like bank. Seats, somebody died on them. Kitty looking like somebody cried on it. Ooh, what you looking at? What you looking at? Body like cinnamon roll, icing on the